in neighborhoods facing daily challenges, amidst the dust of makeshift playgrounds and the noise of a city waking up. A great dream is born. This is the light of the journey of an African youth, talented, resilient, and filled with unending hope. He takes one step forward, his dreams racing against time, not just for his own name, but for his family, community, and the entire neighborhood waiting to shine through his feet. This is the story of a budding footballer, a true journey of hope, talent, and triumph of the spirit.
Football has many aspects. For football, you need to stay calm.
When he was in secondary school, he won the award for best goalkeeper. That's when we started to realize that he truly has a talent.
But it was in the position where my younger brother played as goalkeeper that he was able to help our Lumo secondary school team win the Umizeta tournament during their time as students.
I am both the father and the mother, and that's why I support him just like a mother would. The gossip has stopped and I give him extra money. He also works hard on his own, running a bodaboda business. No complaints or anything, but he keeps up with his training as usual. He can wake up in the morning, do his exercises, and then go about his work.
In a country with millions of young people with big dreams, football has become more than just a game. It has become a form of liberation for many young Tanzanians. Football is a bridge from street life to the international stage. It has become more than just entertainment. It has become a form of liberation. For many young Tanzanians, football is a bridge from street life. It is a way to rewrite their destinies, to open doors that education alone could not unlock. A perfect example is Mr. Ali Samata, a young man born in Dar es Salaam and raised in Temeke, Bagara, who started out on the local fields. Today, he is one of the Tanzanian players representing the country internationally. And with every game played on the fields of Temeke, Kinondoni, or Kigomboni, marriage is the same. To carry the Tanzanian flag and raise it high on international stages.
My name is Ramadani Masudi Saleh. I am a resident of Wayombo Vituka, and that's also where I was born, in Kyomo Vituka. I was born at Malawi Hospital.
There are 2 children, myself and another. Ramadani is the youngest child.
I was born first, and then not long after came my sibling Ramadani. In football circles, people really love to call me Diala. My main position on the field is goalkeeper. My football journey truly began when I was very young, around the age of 12 years old. At just 12 years old, I found that I really, truly loved the sport and felt a deep, lasting passion for the beautiful game of football. It quickly became a very important and meaningful part of my life, something I cherished every single day. I was especially passionate about the goalkeeper position.
Ramadani has had talent since he was very young. He was still in primary school, attending classes regularly for a number of years until he had successfully completed the 7th grade, before ultimately moving on to the next stage. After he finished and passed to go to Form 1, the teachers told me, "Do you know your child has talent?" I replied, "I know, but I'm not sure if it's real talent or if he just plays because he really loves football."
Historically, he is a good player, and if there is any big team or there are people who can believe in him, God willing, maybe one day he will show his great talent and become a key player for the national team.
We are trying our best, but this is our situation. We don't have the means. Slowly, if we find someone to support his talent, that would be good.
Juma Kasaja used to play very well back in the day. When you heard Yanga, 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 it meant Juma Kasaja was on the ball. I really loved watching him when he was at Yanga, and I also enjoyed watching him at Simba. He was a very good goalkeeper, and I always wanted to be like him. Whenever there was a match between Simba and Yanga, I would sit and watch the game. The younger goalkeeper was making a lot of impressive and skillful saves throughout the match, consistently drawing applause from the crowd, enthusiastic cheers from the fans, and all sorts of praise and admiration from everyone in attendance whenever he performed particularly well or managed to stop a difficult shot. So personally, I used to feel a bit envious. Why couldn't I be like him? Why couldn't I be like that? I told myself that with the effort I was putting in as a goalkeeper, I could do it too. I told myself, why not me? I will do it. There's no way I can fail. And I also took training seriously, really focusing on it. Then one day, there was a match at the primary school. I remember I studied at Ukombozi and a match came up. They set up the whole lineup. They set up, they stood up. The goalkeeper position is paid. You know how it is with kids. There are about 10 or 16 of them. On the 5th day still, no one had been assigned to the goalkeeper position. So I said, let me try being the goalie. And it's true, I became the goalie. And every time the ball came, I stopped it. Every time it came, I stopped it again and again. I was surprised because the students started cheering. So I wondered, are they cheering for me or are they cheering for the team? I kept thinking to myself, are they cheering for me or for the team? And then at the end, after some time had passed, when we were sitting down, I noticed everyone was coming to me. This one gave me 200. That one gave me 100. And at that time, 100 was a lot. It's true. This one gave me a certain amount. This one gave me this. That one gave me that, saying, you really tried. You really tried. Well done. You can do it. So I was surprised because 100 shillings, even though it sounds funny, and even though my skills were just at the beginner level, I was just starting out and I had said, let me just try. I thought to myself, so you can actually earn money from football. You can get paid like this. I said, wow. So with the money we received by the time I left, I think I had about 3,000 shillings. Now that 3,000 shillings at that time was actually a lot of money. If you had 3,000 in school, you were basically the boss. You'd eat well and really enjoy yourself. So I really took it, yes. And I handed it over to my fellow student. After handing it over, I went back again for the second term. Honestly, the day we won 2-0, we really won 2-0. And after we won, the teacher even gave me a bonus. I went to the office. They called me to the office first. It was really great. At that time, I was studying at Ukombozi, and our rival teams were usually from neighboring schools, the ones that were close by. The only thing separating us was just a wall. On one side was Ukombozi school, and on the other side was Vuka school. So we really played, and after the match ended, we won 2-0. To my surprise, as soon as I came out, I was called to the office. Ramadani Masudi, you're being called man. Sure enough, when I got to the office, even the teachers were cheering for me, congratulating me. That day, I felt like a celebrity. The way they celebrated me when I arrived at the office, you wouldn't even believe it. Usually when you're called to the office, it's because of your mischief at school. But this time I got there and thought, football can really make you respected like this. I told myself, let me keep playing football even though I'm not a goalkeeper. So from that day on, my dreams of being a goalkeeper faded away.
What's funny is that he really loves football a lot. Whether it was at Umiseta or Umitashunta, you'd always find him in goal, playing as the goalkeeper until the very end. When he got to secondary school, he even won the Best Goalkeeper award. That's when we started to realize that he truly had a talent for it.
If a goalkeeper says that if you put him in goal, he'll be under pressure or afraid, he'll make mistakes. But this is someone who already has exposure and experience. He has also played in an academy, you see. The academy is called Rendy's FC. He played there for almost like 4 or 5 years, you see. So this is someone who really has experience. It's not a goalkeeper you try out. He's someone with a lot of experience. And even for us, people use him as a goalkeeper in our team.
Lamatosa, for example, is a player from Kitani here, and he's a very good goalkeeper. Honestly, when it comes to goalkeepers, I haven't seen anyone like him among the youth in our neighborhood. In our team, as our team, you are the #1 goalkeeper. When it comes to football, our younger brother really knows his stuff. He's a good goalkeeper, the goalkeeper for our local teams here. Honestly, he knows how to save. He's really good.
Now, you and Guy fought over that position.
Me and him, you compared me to him.
That key position.
He's a good goalkeeper here in Kibo. And besides being a goalkeeper, he can play any position when he's on the field.
I've played in about 3 tournaments with him. The first tournament was the ward competition in 2014. I played with him and we won. The second tournament that we participated in was called the Unity Cup, and it actually took place just recently. We ended up playing the final match there, which was held at that well-known field in Argentina, a place that many teams dream of competing at. We also won that one. He was the goalkeeper in all of them. He made enough saves up to where we are now. Because of his talent, honestly, he's certainly a really good goalkeeper. And if he gets a good sponsor, he will definitely go far.
At that time, they were studying at Lumo Secondary School. Ali, they went to play. They had those ward level cups. He went and played. I told her that today my mother is going to participate. So I just stayed and told my child, may God watch over you.
There was this one match he played at school. It was like a final, meaning they had played at the center, secondary school. After playing at the center, now there was one match. It was the final. A final is a final. They went and played the final, and from then on, they trusted him as the #1 goalkeeper from the time they started until they reached the final. He played football and all that, so they played and played. They were really competing. And then what did it reach? It reached the penalty shootout. You know, with penalties, when it comes to penalties, the main focus is on the goalkeeper and the player. Now, 8 players had already taken their shots, but as a goalkeeper, he really showed his worth. Honestly, the secondary school he attended is the same school I graduated from. And during that time of the fierce competition for the UMI Center, which was very tough, we had never won it before. We know very well that we have been deceived. That is, you will mix up and give your menu. But thanks to the position my brother played as goalkeeper, he was able to help our team from Lumo Secondary win the UMI Center during the time when they were studying there. As soon as I got home, I told my mother about it. My mother told me, that's very good. My mother, being a God-fearing woman, told me, I prayed for you to succeed because before the match you told me about it. She said, I prayed for you to succeed, for things to go just like this so you would win. And I said, all right, Mom. Oh, is it because you practice? Really? Yes, yes. It's true, that's how it was. Honestly, I would leave school and go straight to practice. I was determined and kept going to practice.
It's true, they actually won the trophy, and there were photos as evidence that they took home the trophy.
At the Goalpost, everyone was cheering for me. People even came to lift me up. Yes, it was pure joy, pure happiness. Deep down, I was saying to myself, so this is what football is like. This is how great football can be. Turns out, if you believe in yourself, you can do it. I really believed in him deep inside because he is someone who really knows how to fight for something. Because ever since he realized that his talent is football, he has been someone who is very committed to training, someone who really values his talent. And you can't tell him anything unless maybe you want to send him somewhere, but if it's time for training and you try to delay him, he won't listen to you.
When he was in secondary school, he went ahead and registered with, what do they call it? The kind of place where you actually stay there for a while, as far as I remember. I think they call it a garden or something similar. He officially registered there and started going regularly to play, just as he had planned, as he usually did. Because I told him, my child, you really play well here, but no one will be able to see you. But if you go to Taifa or to any places where people play in mixed teams, maybe a sponsor might come and like you. So he started mingling there. And later on, they liked him at Ilala, so he was registered and started playing there.
I was in the Rendy's academy. Yes, I was playing there, and that's where I grew up. I played there for more than 5 or 6 years. But there were challenges. At some point, there was a conflict, and the team was disbanded. And for us here, you could say that even though God hasn't blessed us with wealth, he has given us some talents, especially my younger brother when it comes to football. In his position as a goalkeeper, also, I don't really like wearing the #1 jersey. The jersey I wear is always number 28. It has meaning for me. Number 28 means this to me. For some of the goals as a goalkeeper, I have witnesses and those who know, and they are good at what they do. I really love the number 28. So when I was suggested that number, I said that when I wear number 28, I will be recognized and known like them. And just as their rivals are known, I will also reach that level. That's why I really love that number.
As for me, I admire Lama for his section, especially his performance on the field as a goalkeeper. He is really good, and even back in school days, he was very talented. And we got used to him a lot. He was always there in all the school competitions. We must take the initiative to educate the public, especially from primary schools.
Honestly, there's nothing that could make me give up or quit when it comes to football. Honestly, the only thing that could stop me is maybe breaking my leg. Maybe if I broke it, not that I wish for anything bad to happen, but that's just how it is. It's like if you break your leg, that's the only thing that could make me stop, because then you don't have a leg to play with. You could say, man, your leg is broken. Maybe you could come back with a metal rod in it. You can't come back and play football again. That's what I see as the only thing that could end my football career. But I'm doing my best to keep fighting. And I pray to Almighty God that such things never happen in football. But that's the one thing that could really cut my journey short in football. Honestly, even if I met a woman who told me, if you want me to love you, you have to quit football, I would leave her and I would just continue with football. I really love football. As for goalkeepers, the one who inspires me most in my position, the first one I can say I truly admire is Juma Kaseja. At that time, I really admired him. Just seeing him, even the way he walked onto the pitch, I was impressed. My heart would just go, wow, that is, which one is my soul completely satisfied with and striving for? I really admire Juma Kaseja, and even now I still do. I also admire Diala for his own qualities. That's how I see Diala. Another one, let's say from Europe, I really liked Buffon. When he played, it was incredible. He was with Juventus, and Buffon really knew his stuff. I admire him so much to the highest level, as I'm telling you. I really admire him. Yeah, there are big things, and even witchcraft in football. I don't believe in it, but there are people who tell me, man, witchcraft exists in football. Witchcraft is real. And even among my fellow players, they say, that one bewitched you, that one bewitched you. But for me, I believe I just need to pray to Almighty God. If I put in my effort, I will succeed and I will beat him, even if he relies on his witchcraft. It's not a big deal. And also, it's about relationships. If you get distracted as a player, if you get too caught up in relationships, your performance will drop. Because even in big teams and in small teams as well, that's why all players must stay in camp, meaning you all have to stay in camp. Because when you stay there in camp, you can't meet with women. You can't meet, let's say, you don't even interact with women at all. And because when you stay together as a team, it makes you all feel like you are people who have just come from somewhere. I've done my road work and come back. You too, after your physical exercises, come back and do these exercises so you can get fit. Because when you say that if you sleep with a woman, your fitness, people say your fitness will go away. Others say your fitness disappears between you and a woman. So in football, we shouldn't get too involved in relationships. We shouldn't get too involved in relationships. Our coach, when he was called the coach of the Luvu shooting team, back when Luvu shooting was still in the Premier League before they were relegated. So they needed under 17 players to play in the under 17 team, and we were in the academy. We were still young. As we grew older, we got our cards and also got the opportunity. We were taken to Luvu to play for Luvu under 17. We played and played, but suddenly when that team got relegated and our coach also saw that the money was little, we also left as well. We went back to our academy and continued there, but eventually that academy also broke up. So right now, we're just playing for local neighborhood teams that are supported by the community. For example, in my neighborhood where I was born, the team is called AfricaBreaking, and that's the team I play for as the #1 goalkeeper. We play a lot of competitions. We've played in the Diwani Cup, Cow League, Goat League. We play in all of them. And as the goalkeeper, trust me, I perform well myself too. Just like the recent league, for example, last year's Diwani Cup, we competed for jerseys and we became champions. And as the top goalkeeper, I was recognized as well. My family has given me a lot of support and praise for me a lot. My family really supports me in everything. And you can see for yourself that when you are acknowledged, it means everything. I mean, my family has really supported me in football. As we said, by the grace of God, even though we haven't been blessed with a lot of wealth. So we just manage and support each other as a family. Wherever I go, they pray for me. My parents always pray that I travel safely and everything goes well. The biggest thing we tell my son is Nizam. Discipline is everything in your life.
For me as a mother, that's why I support him just like this as a mom. The gossip is over and I'm adding more, and he's always fighting it himself. He's coming to the board, so he's stealing from me. But as for his training, he does it as usual. He might wake up in the morning and train, then continue with his work. Or if he doesn't train in the morning, he goes to train in the evening as usual. And I always support him and tell him that God willing, one day our time will come, but he should keep working hard. Only God knows.
football may have denied me. Maybe it has denied me the money I wanted quickly. For example, let's say I'm not a player here and I need even just 200,000 shillings, or I need even just 2,000. It's really hard to get. I can't get that while playing football, but if I show my effort or if I reach a certain level, I will get that money and I will be fine.
He is someone whose progress you can see is good, and he is working hard up to this level he has reached, but he still hasn't gotten to the peak level he needs to reach. However, he is someone who is doing well in terms of the football he plays. He is someone who benefits a lot from discipline. He understands that in football there are so many things that people pay attention to, but there is one very important thing that most players focus on, and that is discipline. The discipline I am talking about here is not just about sin. Some people, when you mention sin, think it means, for example, when you meet an elder, you greet them respectfully. I don't know this, I don't know that. No. Football discipline is about training, you see? How you train, how you leave other things behind when it's time for practice. You put everything else aside and focus on training. You take it seriously. That is the kind of discipline I instill and try to advise on, because that's the only thing that can really take someone far to the highest level. So those are the things I see in him, and I also advise him about them as he develops himself, and I think so far he's doing well. In fields like these on the outskirts here, there are so many young people, because here, as you can see, there are so many others with great talent, and some of them have already left to go to different places, but the only thing they lack is the right connections. But there are so many young people with talent, even those he plays with here, who you can see are now getting organized. There are many of them with great ability to play football, so these are hidden talents. I think Rama and his teammates also have potential, and if there are people out there, they could come here to watch you and see how they can help you move up from the bottom to higher levels. There is so much talent here in Lele.
My own child, I love him, or is there something wrong? If not, tell me, like other people say, Mama Saleh, right now your child is playing for Simba Junior or for Janga Junior. Matake Junior, you are called and you go there.
What I see for myself is that the thing that could be done for me so that I can go far, and I know I can go far, the biggest thing I pray to God for every day, every time I wake up and every time I go to sleep, is to get a manager who can guide me in my football career. Because once I get a manager, I could get equipment, I could get new gloves, I could get new boots, I could get everything I need. If I get a manager, he is everything. He is the one who holds my key. And I want to say that he is my key. And if I get a manager who can oversee my work and provide helpful guidance and support as needed, then I will have the motivation and determination for everything. Don't get yours. Flange.